Hello, 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 everybody. What's going on? I know it's been a couple days since I've done anything or put a video out, and it's not good. I know that's not good. I know you're supposed to be consistent and do this as many times as you can, but I've been working. I finally got off my tookish and went and did some travel massage appointments. I don't know what was wrong with me. I came back from pretty much since December. I came back from seeing my parents for Christmas, and I did not wanna do any travel massage. I think I had to get the driving was a lot driving back. I drove all the way to Alabama and back with the kids, and I ain't wanna drive no more. So I was kinda not taking, um, home massage appointments. I'd see it, I didn't take the app off my phone, but I would see him and just be like, "I'm good. I'm so good." But finally, I guess something worthwhile popped up, like couple was spending their anniversary at the casino, and I guess they couldn't find nobody to do it, and the app texted me and was like, "Hey, would you do it for X amount of dollars?" And I said, "Maybe." Then they were like and they text back and they upped that ante, and I said, "Okay, I'll do it." And then I did that Wednesday, and I was like, I think I got the fever back." And then went, when did I go back? Yesterday. They text back yesterday. I guess they got an extra day on their hotel because they didn't get room service for breakfast. Nobody brought them their breakfast on the day they were supposed to check out. So the husband complained and got a free room or got a free night. So then they were like, "Oh, come back." And then I went back. Price was right, so I went back. Any drive in Connecticut is not bad. Like Connecticut is about hour and a half in and out. Okay, you can drive through the state in an hour, pretty much. So there isn't anywhere too far, right? Maybe 2 hours. I think it takes 2 hours to drive through Connecticut. So nothing is that drive to Alabama. So I got it. I'm ready. I'm going. I didn't look at my phone tonight to go. I'm kind of like I did too. We don't want to overdo it. Stuff might pop off tomorrow, and I might do some tomorrow if the right one pops up and it puts a little bit extra money in my pocket. But yes, we are here. We're gonna react to something. I was listening to some stuff on my way home that I'm probably gonna react to with you guys. But I don't know. Hopefully, I don't take too long. I didn't put my clock up. That's what I didn't do. I didn't put my timer up. I gotta have a timer on here because if you go and freaking, I think it's in the clock. If you go too long, right, and do this for too long, um, it's like it'll kill you. Not like kill you, but like editing. I won't be able to edit anything until like tomorrow. I was realizing the other day that I need to create an intro. Like I say "What's up, everybody," and I feel like every YouTuber says that, but nobody has like a copyright on "What's up." But one of the I watch the lawyer, and that's how he starts all of his videos. "What's up, everybody?" And I feel like I say it just like how he says it in my head. I think I hear him say it, so I don't want to do that. I'm not doing it in the morning. So usually when people call me in the morning, I'm like, "Good morning, good morning, good morning." But I can't do that either because one of my girls, she started doing her TikTok channel, and that's how she starts all of her TikToks in the morning. So I'm like, I can't do that. Usually when I walk into a room and I say hi, I'm like, hello, hello, hello when I walk in. So maybe I could do that. Maybe you guys can let me know. I think my hello, hello, hello is nice. It's velvety. I like how that sounds. I also like how "What's up" sounds. I feel like "hello" is nice and girly. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, maybe I'll go with that. So, hello, 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 everyone. It's Miss Melanie. We are going to react to some videos. I'm reacting from the point of view of a mother. I am a mom of 3 kids that are now teenagers turning into adults. So I guess I'm doing this YouTube because I got to find something to do so I'm not bothering them all the time. Because honestly, I have no life. My life was my kids, and now I got to find something else to do because they don't need me anymore. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna react to fake Messiah exposed for doing naked rituals with young people. I don't know. I I, I can't. I really don't understand what's happening with places today. Like I don't get it. We'll watch this and see. I haven't watched this at all. I just saw it when I got ready to get online. I was about to get caught doom scrolling through TikTok. TikTok is a time waster for me and whatever. So we're going to watch this video, react to this video. I have 17 minutes left. We're going to see what we can get through. Um watch and see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. But here, let's get into this. I need something else to say for that too. I feel like everyone says let's get into it. But what else is there to say except for let's do this. Let's watch this. Let's react to this. Let's let's do this. Like I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, let's go. Let's go. It just stops so abruptly. I don't like it. I need it to fade stop, but I can't figure out how to make it fade stop. But here we are. And this is the first screen that we see. All right. And please, please, please like, comment, and share. Like and comment at least. Um, follow and add me and subscribe or whatever is what we call it on here. Do that too on here. Why not help me out? You probably have like a million people that you're subscribed to, so why not add one more? What's it gonna hurt? It's free. So here we go. Let's watch this.
You had these folks who are way out in the wilderness, the northeast corner of New Mexico.
There is one hope for the nation.
They always way out in the middle of nowhere where no one can see them do their weird shit. And the leader always looks like this. Like, why are you following somebody that looks like this? Why? What year is this?
And the world, and that is to believe in me.
There was nothing he could say that they would disagree with.
I am the second coming of Christ.
He took 2 of the wives from 2 of the men in the church.
I love you.
Freely admitted they had sex with Wayne Beck.
I am fully yielded to him.
And they left their kids and their husbands.
One was his son's wife. He was sleeping with his son's wife. And Wayne would tell them, it is God's will.
He molested.
What? It took me a second to get to the what, but the what? Ain't no way, bro. I'm saying bro, but sis is ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Anything I join. I don't know. I've always been like I've never been fully into following anything. I will follow anything, but it's to a limit, that there is a wall that I will not go behind. Like, even, like, famous singers, like, me and my peeps used to go back and forth over who's a bigger Bruno Mars fan. I said I thought I was the biggest Bruno Mars fan. Okay, I love him. I know all the words to almost all the songs, although I fell off a little bit on the last 2 projects that he did, but I still love him. Alright, everybody else got on it after, okay? I was in love before, they're in love now, okay? Like, Covered in Glittered in Gold, that's my shit. I'm her, he's looking for me, like, I love him. But one of my coworkers was like, "Yes, I love," I think she said his name is Peter, and I'm like, "Well, who the fuck is Peter?" She was like, "That's Bruno Mars." Bitch, I don't wanna know his real name. I don't wanna actually meet him in person, because if I meet him in person and he's kind of a jerk, it's gonna ruin it for me, right? I don't wanna meet these people. I remember, yeah, I was the biggest Eminem fan in high school. Me and my girl, Sarima, were huge, huge Eminem. I wasn't buying it, like, I bought a CD. That's the extent of how huge my fandom was, okay? They came to Connecticut, alright? And we figured out what hotel they was staying at. We went to the hotel that they were staying at. It was like them, that whole crew. I think Exhibit was there. The whole crew was, like, outside the hotel, right? So we're standing there. He comes out. My man, it was like he shrunk before my very eyes. He's not that tall. I don't know why I thought he was tall. I don't know why. I I guess you're always looking up, so you're like, "Oh my god." But then when I saw him as an actual human being in front of me, I was like, "He's just a dude. He's just a regular person like I'm a regular person. He's Eminem, but he's just a person." Right? So it's like, uh, there's no person in this world that would, nah, there's no person that would make me do what that guy had them doing. None. And I ain't even into it yet. This is craziness.
At everybody's hearts and minds. He destroyed a lot of families.
There's starting to be these admissions to potential sexual acts with children.
He's my husband.
So you're 12 years old and you have a husband.
Yes. I love you.
What?
I love you.
The world thinks that you're hypnotized, but what you have done, your great crime, is that you have believed me.
I am God. I am the Almighty.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Amen?
Amen.
This is gonna be longer than 20 minutes. It's way longer. Jesus Christ.
Sing hallelujah to the Lord. Sing hallelujah to the Lord. Sing hallelujah to the Lord.
The world was going to end on October 31st. That was the day that everybody was counting down towards.
They were a doomsday cult. They believed that the end of the world was coming.
We are no longer on the earth.
They all came out and sang songs, and
Oh man, there's a pretty good little choir right there, okay? For the bland. I went to a white church. I just have to admit that. It was very white. They would pull up the buses and come pick us all up and take us to church. We did Vacation Bible School every year. Every Sunday I would go. I went every Sunday from like kindergarten through high school. Maybe till my sophomore year of high school, I think I stopped going because they stopped kind of running the buses, and we moved to another hood, and they didn't want to come out to that hood to pick us up no more. But yeah, I went to a white church, and that's how our choir sounded. Yeah, bringing me back.
They waited for it to happen, and it didn't happen.
But it got them attention.
It was like a magnet. And I got pulled into the Lord Our Righteousness, which was run by a man named Wayne Bent.
But the sign of the Son of Man has appeared, and it will get brighter. And
I don't think you can trust nobody named Wayne. Like every Wayne. That was stupid. That's dumb.
brighter and brighter until the whole thing is burned up.
Oh, see?
The whole world destroyed by fire. There is one hope for the nation and the world, and that is to believe in me.
Broke away from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. His wife's just left him. So he decides, why don't we go off and start our own group?
And we were drawn into it. And so that's how it got started.
From the very first day that I was part of this group, Jesus was supposed to be coming in like 6 months. And I was 17. So why get an education? Why, be successful at anything? Why? Because Jesus was coming, and then we would all go to heaven.
Do they understand that mean that they all gonna die? Like, whenever they talk about my trigger words for me when it comes to like joining a church is when I hear we're going to be transformed. We are going to be transformed. Anything that talks about me being transformed into another form of me so that I can go to heaven is my trigger for this is some culty shit. Let me get out of here. He went out, smoked a piece, came back, said, I am God. Come on, man. People must have thought Jesus was crazy back in the day. Well, back in his day, like his back day. Like people must have been like, yo, this dude is wilding. He calling himself the Messiah. Is he crazy? Like people must have really thought he was crazy. Because if someone walked up to me right now and was like, I'm the Messiah, I'm Jesus, I'd be like, yeah, buddy, I'm gonna go now. I wouldn't believe him. I'm like, all right.
Me and in everyone who believes my testimony. I am the second coming of Christ.
And that's when everything changed. When he spoke as God, it was God. This is what we were told to believe, and his word was word.
I want to tell you the truth.
How does another man look at another man and be like, you are my God? The disciples did it. And we read their book, we read their little teachings about him all the time. But how? How do you look at another man? Because if another bitch walked in here right now and was like, I am the female God, I am God's feminine energy, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go. Like I said before, I'm going to go. How do you look at another man and be like, yeah, he seriously, like you believe it? Like, how do you go to work and say, here's my check, you can have it? I would leave that man in a heartbeat. Like, no, you know what? I understand. I'd be like, yo, you're dumb. I'd probably be if I'm stuck there and can't leave, I might as well fuck the Messiah, I guess. But not if he's messing with the kids. That's gross. I'm leaving at that point. But yeah, I'm definitely leaving. I'm leaving the dude. I'm gonna just look at him like, you staying? You staying? We staying here? Is you stupid? I'm cringing a little bit. I want to hear some bass in your voice. Okay? I don't want to hear that soft Stephen Stearns kind of, if you hear me, if you hear me, boy. Why we think, I don't think God sounded like that. And if somebody come back and they sound like that, I'm gonna be like, yo, you're a weirdo.
He changed his name from Wayne Bent to Michael Trevesser.
Trevesser is where we live here. This is an area called Trevesser. And Michael is interpreted one who is like God. And in the scriptures, Michael was always a deliverance angel. And so it's the work that I've had to do here.
Of course, Seventh-day Adventists believe that Michael the Archangel is Jesus Christ.
You say that you're Michael and Michael the Archangel, that they're one and the same, is that correct?
They're one and the same, yes.
So he was calling himself Christ by calling himself Michael, and you didn't want to say anything against it because you get kicked out, and then you leave with nothing. So we were living a life that was in denial, and we were trapped.
They were very internet literate. They had 2 or 3 websites.
He says, we have to master the internet. And he put a lot of the church's talent and resources into that. I think we probably spent a couple $1 million on our marketing. It brought in some good-sized donations. We ended up with a church in Costa Rica. We had a church in Europe. And I think at one point we had close to 400 members worldwide.
And when he realized that these people were hanging on his every word, that there was nothing he could say that they would disagree with, then he could do anything. And he could twist this to his own ends.
Jesus has a new name now. It's Michael. Michael is the angel of deliverance. So, the question is, do you believe me? And do you have the answering chord within yourself that these things are true?
And these followers, you got to understand, these weren't just uneducated people. There were people with master's degrees, doctor degrees.
And today I was sitting here and I just felt a very, very great love for Michael. And it was just so strong, I could almost cry. And it's just been so wonderful to have those things on me. I thank Father for giving me those things.
That's so gross. Like, that's so gross. They never did that at my church. Like, had us, like, the kids were with kids. We had our own little service separate from the adults. And you just didn't. None of the kids talk like that. Like, the kids were kids. I wouldn't, if the kids talk like that, I wouldn't go. And a lot of them were very, like, our church was a school too. So you can go to like this Christian school. My parents was not paying for that. Thank God we was broke. My mom was not paying for that. They would even be like, yo, just talk to your mom and to come here and we'll figure out a way for you to come here. My mom was like, heck no, you're not going there. But she sent me there every Sunday, but not for school, which I probably would have been better off, to be honest with you. But nah. That was just gross to me. Ugh. I think people who go to shit like that just don't want to deal with their kids and they want to just put their kids off for other people to take care of. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. You, as the man or the leader of your family, be like, "Oh, we're out of here. We're not staying here. You're coming with me. Grab the kids and leave." You're leaving. You're obviously leaving a compound, going to work, and then bringing them the money. So you're making money. So why would you? Something in them has to say, like, there has to be a feeling like this ain't right. This is wrong. Why would you stay there? I don't know nothing I believe in strong enough or enough. I don't believe in nothing enough. Like the second it feels weird, I'm out. Or the second I have to question it, I'm out. Or the second like my kids are being affected negatively, I think I'm gonna be out. Like, you as the man need to be like, slap the shit out of your wife and be like, we out of here. We're going. Well, I'll explain later. Come on.
Adultery.
Yeah, I know what the earth view of it looks like. It looks like Michael committed adultery, but I know that he didn't because he followed his instructions, and I believe him.
Everybody was goo-goo-eyed. All the women were goo-goo-eyed over him.
One was his son's wife. He was sleeping with his son's wife.
Wendy, his daughter-in-law, became one of Wayne's wives.
Jeff was, by the way, a former cop until he bought into his dad's message that his dad was the Son of God. That's part of the test, right? He's going to take these women away from their husbands, and then he's going to dare them to leave and to say that this isn't ordained by God. And he's going to say, this is killing me as well. It's killing your wife, it's killing me, it's killing you, but your pain isn't any more than mine or theirs.
My marriage with Lillian was actually, believe it or not, was the very last marriage that dissolved there. We just never, ever in our whole marriage, our experience, we never had crosswords, never a fight. And for me to have lost my wife, it was just a horrible thing. Then he started doing the nude healings with the underage kids, those skin-on-skin ceremonies. You know, that was when I couldn't live with that. And that's when I made the decision, I got to get out of there.
Remember, I'm responsible for you. Here I am.
All of them should go to jail.
There you are. What's up?
I don't feel like I was duped into this cult should be an excuse. All of them should go to jail. Why are all of them not in jail? Every parent, there's no, once he started doing shit to the kids, snap the fuck out of it. Like, what? You want to do what? No, we're gone. Like, I'm fine. Who cares? I don't care what all the adults do. Once you let him get that far, you let him get far enough to snatch your wife from you. At that point, he's like, I could do whatever I want to these people. That's craziness. Why are the adults not locked up? I don't think that should be an excuse. I was in a cult and I got brainwashed. I don't think that should be an excuse. I mean, maybe it is an excuse. Maybe it's a mitigating factor, but you should all still be locked up because at no point in any realm is it okay for you to let people do that to kids. At no point.
In your heart, what do you see?
Just that you're beautiful.
Wayne Bent would talk about that he had more authority than a doctor, than a rabbi to heal. And that's where some of the children that got involved in this case, they were talking about this idea of wanting to be closer to God.
I love you.
You what?
I love you.
I wanted to hear it again. Well, that comes out of here. And I love you. That's why I'm here.
There's starting to be these admissions to potential sexual acts with children. Their legal names at the time, Lakeisha and Ashley.
What's your earthly name?
Lakeisha,
How old are you?
12.
And what's the new name Father's given you?
Alina,
What does that mean?
daughter of the sun.
They weren't shy about it. They talked about what they experienced.
What is Michael to you?
He's my husband.
Your husband. So you're 12 years old and you have a husband.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means to one with him.
Lakeisha talked about, it came to her in a message in July of 2006. She came in the middle of the night, approached his trailer, asked to come in, asked to lay naked with him, where she said that she was healed by being skin to skin with God.
That's when I said, why isn't someone saying something? Why isn't someone doing something? Like, this is wrong. They're little girls. He's an old man. They call it a healing ritual. No. If something is wrong, it's wrong. And if I think something is wrong, I'm going to stick up for what's right. And so I just went with him to the sheriff.
When I spoke with the girls, it was to talk to them about possibility of testifying in trial. Ashley was a little more willing to tell her story. Lakeisha also was, but she was more defensive of Wayne Bent. Lakeisha was, insistent that Wayne Bent is Jesus, is the Messiah, and that anything he did or didn't do was okay with her.
When I looked at him, he wasn't the way I saw him before. He was different. Who I saw was Jesus. He wasn't the person I saw before. He was Jesus. And when I walked out the door, and all I could do is cry because it was so touching and sweet to me. I've never had it happen before. He said that Father opened my eyes to see.
The acts they did were the result of suggestion. And that's another way of saying grooming. And that's another way of saying brainwashing or indoctrination, at least to me.
One thing I know is that Father told him to do it, and I know that. I know that he wouldn't have done it if Father didn't tell him to.
The world thinks that you're hypnotized. But what you have done, your great crime, is that you have...
I guess my thing is, do they believe it also? Like, does he believe his own nonsense, or does he know he playing the shit out of everybody? That's my question. So I don't know if I'm gonna end this here. I guess it's kind of the good part, I guess. A little bit icky. We're about halfway through. Yeah, we're about halfway through. If we want the part 2, let me put some likes on this. If we want to see the rest of this, if we want to keep going to part 2 with me, you guys can go. I'll put the link in the thing. You can go watch the rest of it yourself. I'm not going to. I'm going to end this and start something else. But if you guys would like to finish this, we can together. Let me know in the comments. Let me get to 100 likes, and I will finish the rest. How about that? If we can get this one video to 100 likes, we'll finish the rest. 100 plus, 100 plus. Don't stop at 100. Just keep going and going and going. And if we get a couple subscribers off it too, if this video gets me like 10 subscribers, we'll go to part 2. Or we'll make a part 2. But we are at 20 minutes and 28 seconds. There's 42 minutes. So we're halfway through. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to finish this. If not, we'll move on to something else. If you have any tips or criticisms or critiques or advice for me, please leave it in the comments. That'd be nice. But yeah, I can't do the cult thing. I can't at all. I remember when I went to church, there was a Sunday school teacher named Mr. Conley. And every Easter, I think of Mr. Conley. Because Mr. Conley gave the most intense Easter Sunday sermons. Okay? It was like, one, he was the dude that came into church and wanted to teach all the people karate. He wanted everybody to be ready to fight, right? So that was one thing. I was like, man, this dude's crazy. And then I remember that Sunday, and this was before the movie Passion of the Christ came out. And he did Sunday school. It was Passion of the Christ. He described everything. It was so intense and so scary. And just so, like it was so bad. Not bad, but he talked so hard about everything. Like it wasn't and then they put the thorn. It wasn't like the Disney version. He didn't give you the Disney version. He gave you the raw, uncut version of Easter, right? But I also remember him saying, you have to pay attention. This is why I remember Mr. Conley, because he said you have to pay attention to the churches that you join because it all could sound the same. Okay, it'll all sound exactly the same, but it ain't the same. And they're doing stuff different and they're leading you the wrong way. And I remember when he gave that sermon that day, I was just like, yo, this nigga been through some stuff. But he was white. He was a white dude, Mr. Conley. I wonder how he doing now. But yeah, I remember that. And I took that. If I took anything with me, I took that with me. Like it could all sound exactly the same. They could be reading the same book, but they put in their own twist on it. And I didn't know what that meant. And I was probably like 8th grade or something. I was a kid when he said that. I don't remember when, but I know we was downstairs. So it was like middle school, high school, because we were in the downstairs room. And that is why I say you can't play me with the cult stuff. Like it has to be very tricky. I have to never see it coming. But I remember that. And that's why cults are kind of fascinating to me. Because I really don't get how you let somebody like this do something like that to your kid. Like, I don't get it. But hey, what's up, everybody? We're just going to do some articles to go with Our Church of Righteousness video that we just started. I found some articles on it just to, I don't know. I'm not sure. Just to add some context to what we just watched, okay? Let me see. Let me make this so big. I can't find out what year was this written. This was written. Bro, I don't got the year. Hold on. This was written May 08. Okay? A judge reduced the bond of a apocalyptic sect leader accused of sex crimes against minors, but rejected his request Thursday to be released on his own recognizance. Union County Magistrate Eileen Taylor cut Wayne's bond from $500,000 to $50,000. He was returned to jail where authorities said he has refused to eat or drink since his arrest on Tuesday. Bent, who goes by the name of Michael Travisser and claims to be the Messiah, is accused of touching 3 underage female followers, one of whom was 12, when they lay naked with him in 2006 and 2007. Bent said he did not have any money to pay for an attorney, so he was assigned a public defender, Sarah Montoya. Montoya tried to enter a plea of not guilty, but Taylor said the purpose of Bent's first court appearance was to read him his rights and the charges against him, not enter a plea. A preliminary hearing was to be held for Bent within 10 days unless he posts bond, in which case the hearing would be within 60 days. Denies allegations of sex crime. Mouse, why do you disappear on me? Jesus, stay here. Bent, 66, is the leader of the Lord Our Righteousness Church, whose members moved in 2000. This was in 2000. Why the video looked like it was like 50 years ago? It was in 2000. That was 20 years ago. Y'all be making me feel old. There's no reason for that to look like that. There's no reason for y'all to be doing this. It's the year 2000. Y'all acting like it was. I thought this shit was in the 70s. I'm talking about church that was in the late 90s. Bent, 66, is the leader of the Lord Our Righteousness Church, whose members moved in 2000 to a remote former ranch near the Colorado line that they called Strong City. He has acknowledged having sex with followers and lying naked with virgins, but denies any children or adults were molested. He says the virgins asked for sex and he refused. They stay blaming the kids. They do. They blame the kids. They blame everybody. But he refused. Bring your naked ass home to your mother. Get out of here. That's what he should have said. He's charged with 3 counts of criminal sexual contact of a minor and 3 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. District Attorney Donald Gallegos said he will convene a grand jury this month in Clayton to hear the allegations against Bent. If the grand jury returns indictments, the case will proceed into state district court. Oh, my mommy called. I gotta call my mom. I'm gonna finish this and then call my mom. I gotta call my mom. Gallegos objected to reducing Bent's bond, saying he had information that he possesses that at least substantiate material goods, if nothing else. Montoya asked the judge to release Bent without bond to return to his compound. Bent's followers live there in peace, and they're very kind and gentle people. They do not break the law, she said. About 10 followers attended the hearing. Bent, dressed in an orange jail jumpsuit and sweatshirt, was allowed to meet with them in the courtroom after the hearing. See, y'all just be letting people do whatever they want. Okay? Y'all just be letting people do what they want. Why is he allowed to talk to people? You can't talk to nobody. Okay. This case is basically a witch hunt, said his son, Jeff Bent. The state is determined to bury this man. He's a good man. He took your wife, sir. In a posting Wednesday night on the sex website, a follower identified as Danielle proclaimed Wayne Bent's innocence. He is not guilty of any of the charges. Oh, man. The posting said He is innocent and free. And soon the whole world will see the truth with their very own eyes. They will not be able to keep him in a jail cell, for the power of God is coming quickly to bring justice to this unjust nation. Hunger strike in jail. I didn't get to any of this in the video. Maybe I should save some of this, but I guess it's good to know. After the court appearance, Bent was returned to the city county jail where he has turned down food and water since his arrest. Clayton Police Chief Scott Julian said Bent is extremely thin. We don't feel he is in need of any medical attention, but we're watching him really closely, he said. Jeff Bent, 44, said his father drank some orange juice after his court appearance, but added that he did not think his father intended to eat or drink once he was back in jail. I don't know where you think the jail is going to be like, oh my God, he's not eating, let's let him out. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. The charges grew out of a state investigation. The Children, Youth, and Families Department removed 3 teenagers, 2 of the girls named in the affidavit, and a boy from Strong City late April. Authorities interviewed them along with another teenage girl who had left the site earlier. According to an affidavit for the arrest warrant, one of the girls, now 17, said Wayne Bent touched and kissed her breast as they lay naked in early 2006. So I think they got caught in all of this is happening in 08. Bent, whose adopted name Treviser is the name of a creek in the area, is a former Seventh-day Adventist minister who separated from the church in 1987 and formed the Lord Our Righteousness movement. He announced in 2000 that he is the Messiah. Yeah. Y'all be following these people and be like, what the This is another one. This is not that long. Yeah, we could do this real quick. Police removed 3 children from church compound. This was in April 2008. Albuquerque, New Mexico. April 30th, 2008, the 2 girls and 1 boy, all under the age of 18, were taken from the northeastern New Mexico compound following an April 22nd investigation. Romaine Cerna, spokesperson for the State Children, Youth, and Families Department, said when a 4th child, a girl, agreed to be interviewed by the department. Cerna said that the girl had been at the compound but now lives elsewhere with her parents. The 3 children were taken into state custody because of the allegations of inappropriate contact between minors and the adult leader of the Lord Our Righteousness Church, Cerna said. I understand that it was very calm, and the state police, did not meet with any resistance, she said. Cerna said she wasn't aware of any other youths on the compound. There were more girls there. There were more kids there, I bet. Cerna declined to elaborate because of the ongoing investigation by state police and the district attorney's office. No charges has been filed, she said. The church has at least 70 members, Cerny said. Wayne Brent, 66, who was known to the church as Michael Treviser, established a church at a rural site called Strong City, north of Clayton in the extreme northeastern New Mexico. He said God anointed him Messiah in July 2000. There was never any child molestation or adult molestation by anyone, including myself, Bent wrote in a posting Wednesday on the church's website. There has never been any sex with minors or anything remotely approaching that. Bent, on an April 27th posting on the website, accused the state of kidnapping the children. My children were kidnapped because some demon wrote a letter to the people in authority accusing me of some crimes, he wrote. When the state came against our children, the state came against God, and this will not ever be forgiven. Came against God, and this will not ever be forgiven them, he wrote. In a lengthy discussion dated September 11th, 07, Vince said his work is finished and he does not expect to be in the earthly sphere much longer. Oh, he's about to kill himself. That's what that means. He's about to take himself out to avoid prosecution. He acknowledged having sex with 3 women, the wives of 2 of his followers and his daughter-in-law. He said it was at the direction of God and the instigation of the women. Of course, it's the women's fault. Jeff Bent, who Cerna said is Wayne Bent's son, denied in an April 29th letter to the governor, Bill Richardson, and posted on the website that any children have been abused or neglected in Strong City. The group educates its children to avoid the slavery you seek to impose on them and to experience the freedom they have in God, Jeff Bent wrote. We have given everything to prepare them for an eternity with God. We haven't oppressed them with your atheistic global curriculum, socialist indoctrination, and alternative lifestyle dogma that compromises modern public education. We have taught them higher values than the values of slave state and have sought to shield them from the abuse that the institutionalized in your system, he wrote. Sound crazy. Jeff Bent, who also wrote to Richardson, now that you have moved against us because of our faith, the cup of God's anger is full to the brim, and now he is free to move against you. Well, if he considers himself God, is that a threat? Because remember, he's God. Gilbert Galileos, a spokesperson for Richardson, declined to comment on the letter. He ain't got time for that shit. Surrender said 2 of the children removed from the ranch were placed in foster homes. 1 accepted voluntary placement, which usually means a friend or relative. I hope nobody that live at that church. Cerna said her agency received information on April 21st that warranted the removal of the children. She declined to reveal the information or its source. The New Mexico removal came 3 weeks after Texas officials raided the polygamous sex ranch and took custody of 463 children, saying that the group's practice of underage and polygamous spiritual marriages endangered the children. 463 kids? Oh my God. All right, well, that's that. We're going to pause it here because that's at 20 minutes. And I honestly don't even want the Lord to teach me the lesson. I don't want to find out how you end up there because I know I can end up there. I could end up there, and maybe not in the churchy kind of way, but in the I'm aware that I can follow a man blindly. I'm aware of that in myself. So I pay attention to how I deal with men when I'm dating them. But I remember that. It can all sound the same. Like he's a branch off of Latter-day Saints. It all sounded the same as Latter-day Saints. And everybody there probably wasn't vibing with the regular church. And he created something that they all could vibe to. So then they get there. Step one is y'all get here and y'all move on this fucking land in the middle of nowhere. I get you all working and giving me all your money. Then step two, I change the rules a little bit. Okay. And I move in and I say, yeah, I'm Jesus, I'm God. All right. And then y'all believe that. Y'all follow me to that. Now, step three, I'm banging your wives. Your wives are my wives. If you don't like it, you could go, but your wife is my wife. What's wrong with you? There's something wrong with you if you don't want your wife to be blessed by God. Then step three, I want your kids. And at that point, you're so deep in, you can't get out. You should wake up at that point. You should have woke up when he took your wife. You should have woke up, but you didn't. Now we messing with your kids. And it's taking somebody that was a kind of a wild child. This is a place I could chill at. Okay, I'm here. I don't really want to live at home. I'm gonna live on this little compound here. I ain't really gotta work. I could just be here. He ain't touching me, so I'm here. And then she's like, yeah, this is crazy. I'm going to the police. And it took that lady with the long black hair. So I had some bitches with the long black hair. It's not always them. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, it took her to be like, this is weird. And she went to the police. But we will finish this if I get 100 likes on this video and some comments on this video. Let me know what you guys think. Please, please, please hit the like and subscribe. Please let me grow. Damn. Fuck. That fade is fast.